David is saying here, I want to feel the joy again. And I wonder who walked into the house. I know it's the holiday season, but you ain't felt joy in a long time. I know you were at Thanksgiving, everybody's laughing, everybody's joking. You might have laughed, but on the inside, you're hurting because you lost your joy. Maybe you lost your husband. Maybe you lost your spouse and you lost your joy. Maybe the kids are not acting right. Stuff is going all haywire. Your marriage is on the rocks and you lost your joy. David says, Lord, restore my joy. That if you want me to change, I got to feel a little joy. And I wonder who is that this morning? That you're saying, Somerville, I hear exactly what you're saying because I ain't felt joy in so long. And for some of you, it's been 20 years since you felt joy. But folk think you're happy when you really ain't. You the one making all the jokes at the party, but you do it so folk won't see that you're really struggling. That you really got suicidal thoughts. That you really wonder, Lord, when will my day come? Because I'm getting older now and you lost your joy because you're scared because you don't know what tomorrow will hold. But David says, Lord, restore my joy. This is the prayer you got to pray if you want to be changed. You got to say, Lord, I need you to make me happy again. He says, restore the joy of my salvation. And watch this. And grant me a willing spirit to sustain me. Beloved, this willing spirit, it means I'm willing to do whatever I need to do to sustain. The problem with many of us in the church is we feel like we ain't been sustained. The problem is that you're not willing to be a willing spirit to allow God to sustain you. That means sometimes being a willing spirit means I got to walk away from somewhere. Sometimes being a willing spirit means maybe I can't go to that party this year. Sometimes being a willing spirit means I got to delete some folk off Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, because I'm a willing spirit. Maybe being a willing spirit is saying this year I'm going to actually do what I need to do and actually come to church like I'm supposed to. Maybe a willing spirit is actually saying this year I'm going to actually tithe to God. Not to the church, but I'm tithing to God because he blessed me with it anyway.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Maybe being a willing spirit is saying I've been sitting on my gifts in church and this year I'm going to step up and do what God already told me to do. I'm just being selfish. He says a willing spirit that will sustain me. Beloved, I know this wasn't a shouting message, but the last clause in verse 13, it says, then I will teach transgressors your ways,